today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Throwing on first down, Spurlock. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The pass.
14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On third down, Spurlock into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions. Didn't find the end zone throwing the ball. Put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
It's certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the gadget play gets him into the end zone.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here. Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Spurlock. This one hauled in by Sample. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here's Connor. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. From the gun on 3rd down, Spurlock. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
6 yards.
We'll watch Rosser's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Steelers 3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On first down, Spurlock hitting Juju on the slant. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Receiving team. What's he talking about?
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 76 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
The 29-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's third down.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. To throw on third down, Spurlock. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Complete to James.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Spurlock. Short little throw to Ebron. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Spurlock. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Steelers.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Spurlock. This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Set to kick off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start. Got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll run on first down. Fulton, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
34 on the carry.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Fulton. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Burrow. His pass caught at the 4. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down now, Fulton. And this time he is in. A great effort there, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge, and fire out.
Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Spurlock. Screen pass to Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Steeler first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. The final shot before break. Spurlock looking deep here for Ebron. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And this one is right down Broadway. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Steelers 20. Mitch Wishnowsky.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
On third down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting busting this open, that's a good start for him.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Justin Jackson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Off the play fake. Spurlock. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Joe Burrow's sack. Fumble on the play.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not.
After reviewing the play, the running on the field is reversed.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from the defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on 1st down. Fulton. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fulton. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 6-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Spurlock. Throw left side complete. That's Walters. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go play action with Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on 1st down. Spurlock. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on 2nd down. Spurlock. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st down, Spurlock. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell set to kick
so
off.
they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Throwing after the interception. Spurlock. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see a totally different body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On third down, Spurlock. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Spurlock. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got Walters, big catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st and 10, Spurlock. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Ricky. Mike, check. 59.
Throwing on 1st down, Spurlock. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
59, Mike. Check. 59.
Operating from the gun, Spurlock. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Everson Griffin just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.